On the 7th of December 2022. It is Sagittarius season. I'm a Sag, I know this. And it's about to go down. Hey, good morning. Thank you for making us your 9 to 12 destination. You could have been anywhere, but you chose to be with us. For that, we're truly grateful. So, EFF wants in on the Phala Phala litigation. The party's lawyers, Ian Levitt attorneys, have written to Ramaphosa's legal team, Harris Nupen Mulibatsi Inc., noting the president's application to review the report and particularly recommendations that he may have committed a serious violation of the Prevention and Combating of Corrupt Activities Act and also violated the Constitution. The EFF, through its lawyers, noted that despite having made submissions to the panel chaired by the retired Chief Justice Sandile Ngcobo, Ramaphosa and his lawyers have not cited it as a party in its application. Now, the EFF was one of the three political parties that made submissions to the panel. They gave them until the close of business today to respond. Ramaphosa cited three legal experts, retired Chief Justice Sandile Ngcobo, retired Judge Thokozile Masipa, and Advocate Mahlape Sillo, and the National Assembly spokesperson Nosiviwe Mapisa Nqakula, and the ATM president Vuyolethu Zungula. The Bloemfontein SPCA, arguably the busiest branch with regards to pit bull attacks, has come out to clear the air about misconceptions surrounding the surrendering of pit bulls by owners. The clarion comes after suggesting that a great number of pit bulls were forcibly taken from their owners and euthanized. An unfortunate and sad misconception and a false fact story are doing the rounds on social medias about pit bulls admitted over the last weeks. We have been inundated with calls to collect pit bull dogs, and not once did we forcibly take in any animal. No pit bull during this volatile and emotional period was booked in with us for safekeeping or for boarding. The female pit bull named Chloe was surrendered to Bloemfontein SPCA, as was the case with many others. Now, following the recent tragic deaths of two boys who were mauled to death, the SPCA said it had to step up its efforts to help owners who feared for the lives of their dogs to protect them from a violent death. This is a result of the senseless killing of a pit bull after it mauled a 3-year-old boy in Hennenman. Different political groups have now sent messages to all pit bull dogs that all pit bull dogs will be removed with force and or killed by the community. In September, it was revealed that Hazim Mustafa, a Sudanese national and a businessman living in Saudi Arabia, paid more than $580,000 about 10 million rand, to President Cyril Ramaphosa for an undisclosed amount of game farm. Now, Mustafa is thought to be a Sudanese football club owner and businessman who was visiting Limpopo province at the time of his purchase from Ramaphosa's farm in December 2019. He told Sky News that he was not aware that the animals belonged to Ramaphosa and he was there on holiday to celebrate his wife's birthday. Now, it is reported that the president's client is awaiting his refund after the delivery of the purchased game farm was not delivered as promised. Mustafa said he dealt with a broker to arrange the purchase of the animals, but the COVID pandemic meant they were never delivered. News of the non-delivery and purchase comes just as President is challenging the Section 89 independent panel, which found that Ramaphosa may have a case to answer in the Phala Phala farm robbery, which was concealed in order to keep the scandal under wraps. The Moscow Lefortovo District Court on Tuesday ordered the arrest of Ukraine's Deputy Prime Minister Irina Vereshchuk and Foreign Ministry No. 2 Emin Zaparova, and issued search and arrest warrants for them. By order of the court, the precautionary measures of arrest for a period of 2 months of Emin Zaparova and Irina Vereshchuk was chosen, a court spokesman told the Russian news agency. The Russian Federal Security Services, the FSB, charged them with expropriation of part of the territory of the Russian Federation and other activities aimed at violating Russia's territorial integrity. The penalties for this type of crime range from 6 to 10 years imprisonment. 29 minutes now after 9. A man has been, excuse me, let's just open the story up properly. A man has been arrested after an egg was reportedly thrown in the direction of King Charles. Now, the 74-year-old monarch was on a walkabout in Luton Town Centre on Tuesday when an alleged incident took place. A man was subsequently arrested on suspicion of common assault. Bedfordshire police have confirmed that the man, who in his 20s, was detained and held in custody. Charles met residents and community leaders, including volunteers of the Sikh Soup Kitchen, during his visit to Luton. Now, the monarch happens also to open the Guru Nanak Gurdwara Temple and road to Luton Airport new shuttle system. However, his visit was overshadowed by the egg-throwing incident. The king was steered away from the crowds while the man was arrested by police officers and then led away from the scene. In November, meanwhile, a 23-year-old man was arrested after eggs were thrown at the king during a visit to York. The climate activist was bundled to the ground by 4 police officers and arrested for chucking eggs at the monarch. He was heard screaming, "This country was built on the blood of slaves." Sky News reports that the Sudanese businessman Hazim Mustafa is awaiting a refund of his 580,000 rand dollar cash that was allegedly stolen from Cyril Ramaphosa's farm in 2020. While Mustafa allegedly confirmed conducting business with Ramaphosa, he said he did not know initial transaction of 20 buffalo belonged to the president, as the sale was done through a broker. Uti Prez, I don't know what happened, but kawenza man lamcimbo chap, I need that money because I'm in yami. It's crazy, actually, to even think that this could all just be happening like this. Johannesburg emergency services are calling on residents who may have lost loved ones during the Yixkay River flash floods to come forward. Search and recovery efforts were once again hampered on Tuesday by severe thunderstorms. So far, 14 bodies of church congregants who drowned during the baptism ceremony in the river at the weekend have been found. Emergency services say they are still not certain about the exact number of people who were swept away by the raging waters. Meanwhile, the pastor who presided over the baptism and survived the tragedy is missing in action. For more than 9 hours, emergency personnel searched the shallow but rapid stream of water while a team of divers walked the riverbanks in search of more victims. Despite their best efforts and an extensive team of rescuers, no bodies were retrieved from the river. Mulauti said the pastor who members of the church had saved had not been cooperating with authorities. It's unclear whether the pastor will face any criminal charges. However, the South African Union Council of Independent Churches has hit out at what they've described as outdated practices. In sports, Cameroon football legend Samuel Eto'o has apologized for his violent attack on a YouTuber, a video of which has gone viral since yesterday. Images show the current president of the Cameroonian Football Association dryly hit in the face by a cameraman falling backwards. The incident was recorded shortly after Brazil's 4-1 victory over South Korea in the World Cup. Following the incident, ex-striker on Tuesday evening released a statement apologizing for the incident. Part of the apology cited that Eto'o's official Twitter page. He said, on last 5 December, after the Brazil-Korea match, I had a violent altercation with a person who was probably an Algerian supporter. The statement began, I would like to apologize for losing my temper and reacting in a way that does not match my personality. I apologize to the public for this unfortunate incident.
And now, this is KNR Radio according